Recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to thank Ranking Member Capter for her leadership and yielding the time, and I want to thank the gentleman from Tennessee and all the professional staff who've been working hard over the past day and a half to get appropriations back on track in the People's House. I rise in opposition to H.R. 4394. You know, in the midst of all the turmoil across the globe and weeks of GOP chaos here on Capitol Hill, there is good news to share with the American people. It's a story of American innovation that is benefiting our neighbors and communities all across this great country. Innovation that is putting money back into people's pockets at a time they really need it. See, over the past year, since Democrats passed and President Biden signed historic laws investing in infrastructure and clean energy and American workers, the American economy has been booming. And our neighbors are enjoying some lower costs, good paying jobs are being created, and folks back home are building safer, healthier, more resilient communities. Infrastructure and clean energy are reducing pollution, they're improving our health, and they're countering China's push to control supply chains. And that's why this GOP bill must fail. The GOP bill takes America backwards. The GOP bill is a gift to China. And this GOP bill is a recipe for higher energy bills. So the Democrats simply are not going to let the GOP take us backwards. It's been about 1 year since I stood by President Biden as he signed the historic clean energy law, the Inflation Reduction Act. And let me tell you, it's been difficult to keep up with all of the announcements of new American factories and jobs in Ohio, in Tennessee, in Kentucky, in Georgia, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, you name it. I keep a list here. Sonova, U.S. solar manufacturer in Norcross, Georgia, announced 240 jobs. They're the ones who fought cheap Chinese exports. Stellantis and Samsung are building an EV battery plant in Kokomo, Indiana, 1,400 workers. Polaris building in Huntsville, Alabama, electric utility vehicle for the Army. LG Energy Solutions, Honda, $3.8 billion for EV battery plants. I mean, the list goes on and on. America is the envy of the world because we have a clean energy law that is creating jobs, along with the infrastructure and the CHIPS and Science Act. In Florida, we've seen about $500 million in new investments and about 1,700 jobs, and they say across the country, at the lowest estimate, about 170,000 new jobs. America is the envy of the world because of our clean energy law. I'll say it again. And our economy is booming, and we're not going to let the Republicans take us backwards. Just this morning, it was announced that U.S. gross domestic product, a measure of all goods and services produced in...
Dearest friends, this is important news for Social Security recipients. Analysts expect the newly elected Speaker of the House to make significant changes to government assistance programs. Lawmakers are planning to announce a new plan on Social Security program cuts, raising the retirement age, and the next cost of living adjustment. Dear friends, in a video tomorrow, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. On Wednesday, the U.S. House ended a 3-week stalemate over who should lead the chamber, electing GOP Representative Mike Johnson as Speaker of the House, in a vote that went strictly along party lines. While many of the early headlines focused on Johnson's politics, Social Security advocates zeroed in on Johnson's support of policies to reform the program. In a press release issued soon after Johnson's election, the Social Security Works advocacy group called the incoming Speaker an enemy of Social Security, Alex Lawson, Executive Director of Social Security Works, said in a recent statement, as chair of the Republican Study Committee from 2019 to 2021, Johnson released budgets that included $2 trillion in cuts to Medicare and $750 billion in cuts to Social Security. Mike Johnson's official website does not include much about his specific policy positions regarding Social Security. Current Social Security full retirement age is either 66 or 67, depending on your birth year. For anyone born in 1960 or later, the full retirement age is 67. The Republican Study Committee's budget proposes a gradual increase of the normal retirement age at a rate of 3 months per year until it reaches 69 for those reaching age 62 in 2030. It also said that the increase would need to be extended, likely to age 70, to achieve the long-range sustainable solvency. Almost every year, the SSA provides a cost of living adjustment to account for inflation. The current formula is based on the CPIW, which the RSC claims overstates the true effects of inflation and contributes to the current program's impending bankruptcy. The RSC recommends switching to and what it says is a more accurate index, which is called a chained CPIU, which they said tracks the effects of inflation and consumer choice more accurately. The IRS is also telling Congress that tens of billions of dollars in modernization funds are translating into better service to taxpayers, as well as more capacity to go after wealthy individuals and companies that are not paying what they owe. The agency has spent about $2 billion of the $60 billion available under the Inflation Reduction Act to rebuild its workforce and its IT systems over the next decade. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel told members of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee that the agency has some catching up to do in order to collect taxes owed from wealthy individuals and large corporations, as well as deliver a level of customer service that taxpayers deserve. But he said the agency is showing a strong return on its investment so far. The IRS went from answering about 15% of calls in 2022 to answering 87% of phone calls during this year's tax filing season. The tax agency used IRA funds to hire 5,000 additional employees to help answer taxpayers' phone calls. The IRS, as of September 23rd, also hired 745 employees to staff taxpayer assistance centers. That is about a 31% net increase compared to fiscal 2022 staffing levels. Danny Werfel said this staffing has allowed the agency to reopen some of these facilities and provide in-person tax help to 1.6 million Americans with their taxes this year. That is an 18% increase from 2022. Werfel also stated that the IRS has come a long way digging out from a period of prolonged budget cuts. He told lawmakers that between 2011 and 2019, the agency's funding decreased by about 20 to 25%. Werfel said that taxpayers should expect to see increasingly better customer experience each year under the Inflation Reduction Act. The Government Accountability Office says the agency is losing nearly a quarter of its new recruits within 2 or 3 years. The department recommends the IRS fully implement its workforce planning initiative. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dearest friends, thank you very much for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. So if you'd like to enter tomorrow's giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. the more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed Thursday.